It's that time. Even though the countdown did not make it all the way to 5. I know. I'm still working on some kind of intro. One day. One day. Maybe in 2027 we'll get there. All right. So today we're going to be talking about Google Chrome and the evil Manifest v3. No ads. Everybody's going to be watching ads. Google's dystopian future. No, actually. It's actually not as bad as most people make it out to be. As much as I want a ton of clicks here, I've been using it the last day. And I might have one really hot take for everyone today. And I hope chat proves me wrong here. So let's just get it out of the way. I think it's better. I think Manifest v3 is faster. Yeah. I think I think everyone lied to us. I think all the YouTubers lied to us, including me. I really thought it was going to be worse. But as I start using it, I'm like, oh, that was actually faster. That seems to work better. Maybe this isn't such a bad thing. Google shill. I'm just gonna have to have Google sponsored by Google over here. They got to me. They got to me. Yeah, so we are using uBlock Origin Lite for these tests. And I want you to prove me wrong, chat. I want you to tell me what I can do to really show how crappy v3 is. Because I'm struggling. I'm not lying. I am struggling here. The only thing I think I found was the dynamic blocking of like YouTube Shorts. That was done through Manifest v3 by manipulating kind of the URL calls. So that can't be done. But as far as ads go, and as far as page loads go, everything does seem faster, and that's even coming from like Thorium to Google Chrome. So that is kind of wild. Yeah, I mean, ungoogled Chris is that's kind of a silly proposition because I have to log into Google a ton. So, yeah, there is that. Ashlyn, thanks for joining the text over on YouTube. And did I miss something earlier? I think I missed something earlier. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Anywho. Yes. I tell you. But overall, I'm telling you, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Let's go break stuff right now. Next, no, recall's still a hot dumpster fire. That won't happen. Yes, and Brave, and I'm not saying everyone should go ahead and install Google Chrome here. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. If you, Kang, thank you so much for the Prime. And Dathis as well. Sorry, I missed you guys. Dathis with the tier 1, 6 months of tier 1. And Sal, all right. Thorium. I still love Thorium. Call me a furry if you want, but Thorium was good. I mean, if you want to hang with V2, I still recommend Thorium. I rocked that one for like a year, man. So I mean, it was not a bad browser. As much as people crapped on it for being run by Alex, but I mean, I stuck with it for a good bit. I mean, it's been a full year since I've installed it, and now I would always go back to it after I try other ones. So I was like, all right. So let's jump on the desktop. We got to get into it. We just got to look at this. All right, here is the evil Google Chrome, right? Now, let's see. What has the worst ads? What's an ad-ridden site that just looks awful? This is, let's pull up the versioning on this too, just to make sure I'm not using like some old crappy version. We are using build 130 0623 blah blah blah, and the other thing, of course, like I'm not a heathen. Here, let's remove the old origin. Remove that. We don't need multiple ad blocks. Yikes. That's scary. Let's go ahead and pin light. Let's click that. Let's go more, and we'll go into here. So here is uBlock Origin Light, which is Manifest v3 compatible. And the big thing here is there is no like dynamic filtering for the most part. We're going to stick with a basic filter, nothing too crazy here. As far as anything else, just default ads, trackers, minors, and more. I probably would do like other annoyances, cookie and overlay notices just for, you know, and might as well do ad and malware down here too. I think we'll do those basic settings, right? Super easy. And that's what we're going to rock. So basic setup, install Google Chrome, throw uBlock Origin Light. I'm a normal user. We're not going to do any other shenanigans. ComicSans.com. I don't even know what that is. Let's try it. Sans.com. There's a lot of ads here? What about ESPN.com? That would probably be a lot too. Okay. I just noticed things load pretty darn fast. Although, do we have a bad load there? I saw something. No, that was good. Let's try Yahoo. Oh my God, yeah. Let's pretend we're like 80 years old and using Yahoo.com. Look at that. Got an advertisement. So I think there's been a lot of hype over V3. There should be an ad here too. And I don't know if it's warranted. After like seeing how fast the internet has become with uBlock Origin Light, they just have to load everything prior to. Holy crap, it's 346 blocks on this page alone. Yahoo wins the cake on this one. Try YouTube. YouTube's kind of disingenuous on this just because YouTube, oh, we'll see my weird feed here. Look at that handsome devil right there. Where's my shorts? Usually it looks pretty bad. Usually there's a lot of shorts, or sometimes I get the playables thing, but I don't see anything here. Okay. Not bad. All right. So that's all we've done. What else can we do here? MSN.com. Oh, yeah, that's another old person site. Let's try that. MSN.com. Here we go. God, this site is awful. Do we got any ads? Looking for ads. Hunting for ads. Maybe go wares.com. Mega. Let's try Mega upload. Was it mega.io? I thought the IO ones are done. BoobTube is Twitch. Okay. BoobTube, huh? Oh, no. Come on, guys. No, don't get me banned now. There was a few on MSNBC. Okay. Let's try MSN. So let's look for ads. There's definitely going to be an ad right there. Let's see if there's something else. I mean, it all looks like garbage to me, so it's like, it's hard. Oh, wait, here we go. Shopping, but that might be just like a dedicated widget that they might curate locally. God, what a terrible website. This is absolutely the worst. I can't tell okay, here we go. Ads from our partners. This is an ad. So this whole section is ads. That isn't blocked. Now I need someone on V2 to check to see if it is. Yeah, .io. Poor people that bought the IO stuff. That's a bummer. All this cashback exclusive deals, I think's an ad. It's hard to say with such a crappy site. Like, is this really? I mean, I feel like the whole site is just meant to sell old people things. Because that's the only user of this site. I guarantee there is not one 40-something-year-old or below using MSN.com. Criteria for this site is looked up. Are you above the age of 55? Then you can use this site. I feel like that's what's up. BCA, are you in a better mood since the recall stream? I am in a lot better mood. I'm feeling great. So, yep, blocked on MB2 or Manifest V2. So let's change it to the optimal setting. So this is actually just a hot garbage site, which is perfect for blocking ads. We also have this top part section. So this is a great one to compare V2 to V3. I love it. So here's this one. Now let's rank up. We're taking it, the slider over here. Here, let me remove chat real fast. Oh, nope. Wrong chat. Chat. Where you at, chat? Ah, there you go. All right, we're going to move it from basic to optimal. Now, all right. Allow. So we're going to optimal. Oh, geez. Come on, go back to optimal. Okay, now we're on optimal. Now let's see what we got. Now, it did reorganize the site a little bit there on the reload. And we got this going wild. Facebook has ads. I can't use Facebook. So the shopping is still here. They still have the shopping widget baked in. Is that on V2? That's one thing I'm seeing. It did get rid of the shopping here. So right now, uBlock Origin Optimal looks to be the best. Let's see if we can find anything else here. The goal is to remove everything but the search bar. True. Okay. Nope, here's the shopping. Right here, this looks like an ad. Yeah, network-wide ad block is the GOAT. Agreed, Phoenix. Like, use a Pi-hole or something like that if you want to go down that rabbit hole. Honestly, blocking that's great because then you get ad blocking like your phone and those types of things, which is great. You have the shopping section. So the shopping section's baked into the site. And these have some kind of direct one that's not cycled out. So that is there on V2. So it looks like Optimal's gotten almost everything that the original one had. Probably. So I don't see any other ones other than the shopping slider or carousel, and then this one as well. So these must be like some kind of premium hand-curated thing. And we do have like some empty spaces right here, here, and here that probably would have ads in them normally. I like Pi-hole. I usually use the Pi-hole lists, and then I usually go with like something like a PF Sense with uBlock, or not uBlock, PF Blocker. So I really like PF Sense with PF Blocker NG. Yeah, something like this from Netgate is pretty sweet. So what I like to do is I'll grab the Pi-hole block list, toss them into PF Blocker NG, and then you have PF Sense for your main gateway at your site, and it'll just block all your stuff. So you don't even matter if you got uBlock or whatever. Shenanigans. Oh man, I need to slow that down. Lynn, thanks for joining the members over on YouTube. Titus Tex. Also worth noting, uBlock Origin is also used to stop trackers, which Lite will struggle with. Yeah. So the trackers, I think, is probably always a challenge regardless. But yes, I could totally see that. But the thing about V3 is everything is loaded before the actual page is loaded up. So I do find the pages are loading faster. Like when you go to yahoo.com, it loads almost instantaneous now, which is great. Where before I felt like there was more of a delay with V2. So to me, I think the tracking's worse, and I think the ad block is probably slightly worse, but I think I would rather have it being slightly worse and faster on the load than having those things completely, because they're never really completely done. So that's where I'm kind of like, I think this is all hype based on what I'm seeing from all my testing. Like just like ESPN.com's load seems dang near instantaneous. There's some lazy loading there, but I mean, it does a pretty good job. Yeah, I can't say that without benchmarks. That's true. What should we do for a benchmark? I'm just telling you what my feeling is. Now, I would love to go not. Honey Badger, thanks for the prime. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm sitting there going, either way, I think this is definitely blown out of control proportion about V3 being the end of the world. I'm going to just say that right now. Like, based on these preliminary findings, this doesn't feel bad. I think is what I can say. Definitively, I can't really tell either way. I just noticed, it's about the same. Ad block tester. Let's try that. There's got to be an ad block tester. 4 zeros. Thanks for 3 months of tier 1. All right. Hello. Yes. So that's probably the biggest thing about this is it's Google flexing its muscles and its monopoly on the internet. It is basically dictating to who can use their store and how things are browsed and looked at on the internet. I totally agree there, and I will not sign off on this. I totally get it. Totally get it. Oh, thank you. Thanks for the reminder. You know me. Sometimes I just forget these things. All right, let's try test ad block at tools.com. Okay. So let's test. So go to, here I'm going to type this in. Hopefully this isn't some kind of virus for everybody, but we'll find out. Whether you're on YouTube or Twitch, here is the testing site we're going to use. On V3, you get 99%. On V2, you get 99%. V3, I'm getting 97%. Let's retest. Pretty close. So let's go up to optimal mode. Allow. And then retest. Still 97, huh? Oh, well, it's back there. I feel like... Okay, if you go complete, you get the 99%. Huh. So I wonder what the difference between optimal, complete, and basic is. Let's drill down into here and see what we get. So you got default filtering mode. Requires broad permission to read and modify data on all websites. Oh. So it has to request access for the filtering to work on the website. So that would get super annoying. So let's say you go here. This could use more web page resources. We don't want that. So I guess complete would block a whole bunch of stuff, but it's going to apparently use more. I think it'd affect performance, and I'm not about that. I don't mind seeing 1 or 2 ads occasionally if performance isn't affected. Okay, so let's close this and relaunch. Enhance ad privacy in Chrome. I don't know what was about that. All right. So let's go back to... What happened there? Let's go history. 5 tabs and ad block tools. Okay, so now it's at 99, but let's go ESPN.com. All right, that's fine. MSN.com. What a ad-ridden site. So I feel like optimal would probably be the happy medium for everybody. Yahoo.com. Yeah. Okay. Do we have any other ad blockers we want to try? Ad blocking tools. Yeah. Because this right here is not the doomsday we were promised with V3. Like, I heard V3 and many people were saying, that's it, you got to watch ads no matter what. I'm not seeing that. Yeah. What about YouTube ads? I can't check that because I have premium. Well, I guess I can. I guess I can go incognito. Let's do that. Let's try the YouTube ads. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't work now. Okay, and let's go manage extensions. We need to... Oh, let's find uBlock, right? Details. Is there... Allow an incognito. Okay, so then we got it in incognito. Gravy. So we'll bring this back. So now we're in incognito mode. We've got uBlock up here in optimal. So let's click on how to block YouTube Shorts. I like it. I don't recommend AdGuard. AdGuard's a little shady, I think. At least from my understanding, like adguard.com. I remember I had some kind of issue where I was like, I don't like this product. I can't remember what it was. So don't take this. I'm not going to add this into like a YouTube video. But I remember I did not like this extension for some odd reason. Yeah. AdGuard is open source. Maybe I'm thinking of another one. No, I know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of... It wasn't AdGuard. Sorry, AdGuard people. Yeah, this was the shady one. AdBlock Plus. That's the one you should never use. That was the one where I was like, oh, whoa. Let's get rid of that. AdGuard's okay. AdBlock Plus was the one that was junk. Yeah. No. I'm sorry, all. I totally spaced on that one. That was my bad. AdGuard Home. So AdGuard is surf the web. Oh, you got to purchase it? Really? Have they already got the workaround like uBlock Lite does? AdGuard Manifest V3. Okay, they've already got the beta going. So apparently it's working. Alrighty. So anyways, let's try the YouTube videos and see what we get on ads. So let's go shorts, right? Oh, we got an ad. Maybe? It's been a while since I pulled up YouTube with an ad blocker. Maybe it is blocking the ads. Okay, then I guess we just click skip.
You might notice I have no shorts anywhere in my YouTube feed.
Okay.
All of it.
So the ad block hang is real
Plain
still.
old YouTube, right? I love this. I'm going to explain how to do it.
Do we have another ad in here somewhere?
And also a guide to follow along over on.
Oh, no, I can't do mid-rolls.
Easily mimic this for yourself so you can get your YouTube how you want.
Yeah, I don't have any mid-roll ads. I didn't make a long enough video. That's not a good one. Has to be over 8 minutes. So let's pick this one, 8:58. All right, so you got a 1.5-minute ad right here. So up at the top, we got 50 is when it started. It looks like we got ad hang, and then we got a skip.
Okay, so the key to a fast, light Windows 10 is first getting Windows 10 updates under control.
Whoa. Watch out for the plosives there, Chris.
First, we're going to update Windows 10. Just go into your settings and go over to update, and then we just check for updates. Now, I've just done this, so
all right, do we have any ads in here?
And waste your time. However,
oh damn, I don't think I'm using any mid-roll ads.
And there's a couple things you need to change. One, we need to change the delivery optimization.
Yeah, it's young Titus. Yeah. I think this is this is 5 years ago. This is before pre-Windows 11. 1.7 million views. Holy balls, that's a lot of views. Yeah, I got to test on LTT videos. Because I don't think I even added any mid-roll ads. I mean, they should automatically add the mid-roll ads, right? They usually do. LTT will definitely do it right, though. When it comes to ads and sponsors, nobody does it like Linus Tech Tips. Sponsor block's what I use too. Let's add that before we get going. For LTT, we gotta have some sponsor block. If you aren't using sponsor block and you're watching Linus Tech, what are you doing with your life, man? What are you doing? Unwound automation. As an older person, recall is important to me, but not Microsoft recall. That's just evil. You had me going for a second there. That was awesome. Okay, we'll allow sponsor block and incognito. Now we can test. So, let's go here. I'm going to regret this. All right, so then we got our 30-second ad right on the front. So how long does this take? I think it started about 10 seconds in, and it's a 30-second ad. So usually it's about 10 seconds, unless it's unskippable. No, that was an unskippable ad. So it's going to run the full 15 seconds. And then we got the karaoke. What's the view products? What's that? Oh, okay. He's using YouTube shopping for that. I've never used that before. Interesting. So you can tag products in there and then redirect them. At least he's directing them to his own store, not some other website. Let's see if we refresh. Let's refresh. All right, here we go. Refreshing. It did start right away. Do you have IRC chat? Well, I mean, Twitch is IRC chat. You can use Chatterino to get into it. Yeah. So what I usually do is that. And then we got the intro sponsor. Oh, somebody's calling me. Send them over to the digital assistant. All right. Mr. Gain Fame. And Linus Fanboy detected. You guys heard it here first. Billy approve. Thanks for the tier 1. 3 months. All right. Been subscribed for over 10 though. Woo. Okay, I don't see anything here. Usually there's like another ad somewhere in here, right? for those that watch YouTube, surely Linus has mid-roll ads, right? I can skip around pretty easy. What about like stats for nerds or something? We could do something like that. I don't think that's going to give us anything. It's just going to show me. I always thought it was interesting. I always thought it was interesting, kind of like his ratio. You may not know this, but only 2 creators I know of do this on the platform. It's Linus Tech and MK, whatever, Marquez Brownlee. I can't ever say his acronym. It's the most crazy thing. But look at the aspect ratio. This is like some weird aspect ratio that is meant for mobile phone, and that's why they always have it like this. So when you turn it on the side in your phone and you're watching LTT or a Marquez video, it will take up the entire screen. So they optimize every video for mobile, and that's why it's this weird aspect ratio. I never knew that. I thought that was super interesting, where everything I do is just 16:9. It's like 18:9 or something. Yeah. This looks good. I mean, it kind of blocks it just as good as the other ad blocker did. Yeah. Ratio for mobile phones. Now that I see that, actually, I want to see what was the ratio it is. 18:9. So instead of 16:9, they do 18:9. And that gives you the modern mobile phones. Although the aspect ratio for modern iPhones is 19.5:9. So it depends on what you're doing. And some of the older phones was 3:2. So I think they've changed the aspect ratio a couple times now, depending on the phone. But I want to say they used to do 3:2, and then they switched to the 19.5, or maybe it's 18.9. I can't remember. But it's they play with the aspect ratio of their videos, which would make my mind just melt and explode because I edit all my videos. Yeah, 80% of the people that watch YouTube on their phone or something crazy like that. Well, I mean, is it? Here, let's watch what are my stats? Let's see. Let's just see if that's true. Let's go to analytics, and then we're gonna go to, I would imagine it would be audience, and then from audience we should see mobile versus desktop, right? Where are you at? Where are you at? Let's go into advanced mode. Yeah. Let's go add. And then there is a ton of stuff here. But I kind of want to know, do people actually watch on their phones compared to the screen? Desktop. And it's got to be in here somewhere. Should probably pay more closer attention to my analytics. I fail as a YouTuber. That is for certain. It's somewhere in here. Tari, thanks for the prime. There we go. Yeah, I don't see it really anywhere in here. There used to be a spot where you could see how many people, like from TV to mobile to desktop. Check YouTube analytics for okay, analytics for mobile versus desktop versus TV. Traffic source. Okay, log into YouTube Studio, navigate to analytics, and then go from the audience report. You can break down the views based on the device type, which will show how you do it. All right, Gemini. Oh boy, here we go. Hype train. Bezos, thanks for the prime. So I think this is going pretty well, though. I mean, I just want to know. But all right, let's go audience. view device breakdown in the audience report. So here we go. In here, we're going to close it down. And audience. Okay, so here's the audience report. All right, all right. View that. Viewers, formats. It's really helpful, YouTube. Thanks for that information. Top geographics. Germany coming in number 2. All right. Age and gender. Look at us with our 2% female. Shout out to the female audience members. I don't see anything for device, though. DevNexus, thanks for the follow, and Northern Aviation for the Prime. There's advanced on top. Let's try advanced again. Because apparently, according to Gemini, which AI is never wrong, right? If you go to view device breakdown, look for device type. So from here, you should be able to go traffic source and then view device type. View device type. Where are you at? Device type. Ah, here it is. We found it. Yeah, see, I think it's just a different crowd that watches Linus compared to me. So if you look at my metrics, and this is this channel, but maybe it's just because y'all are just so darn smart. We have 58% coming from computer desktops. We have only 26% coming from mobile phones and 10% coming from TV. So my demographics are completely different from Linus's demographics because he obviously saw, hey, well, 60% of the people are coming from mobile phone. We're going to make videos with mobile phone format instead of 16:9. 60% of my viewers are desktop, which means 16:9 would be better than messing with the mobile ratio. So that's kind of wild, right? And look at that TV watch time. Bro. Like, look at that. The TV watch time is bigger than the mobile phone watch time, even though mobile phone has almost 2.5 times the views. I'm shocked. That is cool. So anyways, that is neat. I love it. So yeah, watch me on TV. All right. Anyways, I don't know how we got on that deal. Shadow, thanks for the Prime. 3 months, man. So cool. I love streaming. It's just the best in the world. Sleeping on the videos playlist. I need to recurate some of my playlists over here as well. Chris, people leave videos running on the background of their TV. I mean, I do too. There's something about it. I've been God, who is it? I like leaving Josh Strife Hayes going. If you're a gamer out there, and I've always liked the MMO side of things. Josh Strife Hayes has like this British voice that's really just soothing. So I usually like leave him up in the background whenever I'm doing something. Shout out to him. Chick, G, thanks for the 200 bits. YouTube revanced on phones. Well, in the, what is the app that shall not be named, otherwise you get banned? Blue Jay? Oh, Gray Jay. Gray Jay. That was it. Oh, I shouldn't have said it out loud. But y'all know. That's also a good one because I don't think it has ads. No. Oh no, I'm banned. Please, YouTube, don't ban me. Oh. Well, I think when it comes down to it, we have almost everything going with V3. I don't really see much of it. Even YouTube ads were blocked. And that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm actually not editing much of the live streams anymore, so I just kind of leave them up. live streams are kind of nice because they don't require any editing. But I guess I could go in and cut it out if I needed. Fubar, thanks for the prime. Oh man, Netscape Navigator. I am curious to try Ladybird too. Like, has anybody done the Ladybird browser, ladybird.org? Because this is a truly independent web browser. Built from scratch, backed by a nonprofit. It is so early. Everyone's like, nah. Or I've tried it and it did not work quite well. That's awesome. Oh, Theo tried it on stream. It's too slow. I mean, you got to remember, like, this would be like creating a new phone OS in today's world when, like, Android and Apple has had like a 15-year head start on you. So Ladybird's coming into the game and is coming from, like, you know, they have to make up 20 years of web development into a brand new browser. That's rough. So that's kind of something I'm looking forward to. I got my eye on it, but I'm obviously not going to use it on a daily driver kind of thing. We will make Americans say Ladybird. Oh. Remember KDE when it started all the KHTML, which Google took? Yeah. Check out Technatanium DNS server on GitHub. It's an improved... What? What is this? Demand? Let's go. Technatium DNS server. I mean, DNS is obviously the best way to block things. Self-host a DNS server for privacy and security. Rock on. What's their GitHub? Let's take a look at it before we just blindly install stuff on our system. Sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. So the big thing here is how many stars we got. All right. We got about 4,000 something stars. That's nothing to scuff at. Yeah, what's the blocker for, what's the best ad blocker for Twitch? I think it's, is it Purple TV? This stream's so gonna get taken down. I hope y'all are recording it. I thought there was like purple ad blocker or something, right? Oh, there we go. Thanks for the GitHub select Twitch ad solutions. I bet that one's good. Because that's, I honestly told people to watch it on YouTube because the video's a little better on YouTube a lot of times. And then use Twitch's IRC chat because Twitch's chat is so much better. So I like Twitch for its chat and I like YouTube for the video. So there's purple ad block. There's ad guard extra. That seems a little shady. Alternate player. You could just go alternate player, but you could also pull Twitch streams directly in using Chatterino. I've seen people do that. I think it's Chatterino with MPV, and it can launch different, like a whole matrix of different Twitch people. I don't know how well that does on ad block though. So anyways, yeah, that's cool. Thanks for the link. Yeah, people in chat, if you want to check it out, because I really hate the ads on Twitch. And you're not taking any money out of my pocket. I get like $40 from Twitch a month in ads. So please block the ads in Twitch. I hate them to death. I hate them probably more than you. Oh, Twitch no sub. Oh, well, I think on my, what was it? My gaming channel, what I ended up doing is I don't affiliate. If you don't affiliate as a Twitch streamer, you don't get served ads. Your viewers don't get served ads. The downside to not affiliating is transcoding, but with enhanced broadcast, it technically is okay. Multi-streaming is legal. Adding a multi-chat, like where you can see YouTube and Twitch, apparently is against Twitch's terms of service. So as a partner, I don't know if I'm breaking terms of service. Probably. But nobody from Twitch has contacted me. So if somebody from Twitch watches this and goes, Titus, you can't have YouTube chat up there. That's a big no-no. I'll probably be like, all right, fine. I'll tell everybody on YouTube to get on Chatterino. Well, so how Prime does it. Here's what everybody else does. So I kind of curate my own using StreamerBot. But how Prime does it is he'll pull in the two different windows of chat. So it's very separated. It says this is YouTube and this is Twitch. And what I did was I differentiated Twitch chat and YouTube chat with an icon using StreamerBot. I find it's the same thing and it's kind of out of the way, and I think that's fine. So this DNS server is interesting. So do you just push through like the whole internet? So you run the DNS server locally and then build it. I probably would go Docker container. Supports environment affinity. So I probably would just toss this on like a dedicated box. Like I have a Synology box up there. I probably would go Titanium software or Tectanium. What is this? Let's see what we got. Let's just do it. We'll do it just live on stream. Oh, wait. I better block this. 1 second here. Uno momento, por favor. Going to, secure connection. Yes, let me type in my super secret. I don't even know if this matters, but whatever. One less chance of me doxing myself. Don't worry. I'll still dox myself. Happens every stream. So what I like to do for this, Docker's really easy. I usually just use Container Manager, which honestly, this is just a front end for Docker. It's nothing big. Just come into registry and then like, let's say Titanium software. Yeah. So you have this one. It's a DNS server. So you could just launch this and it's an open source tool to create a self-hosted local DNS server. I'd probably pull this in, do a Docker compose right here. Probably map the ports to something other than 53. And I think it's 5380 is what it's the outside port is. And then it maps to 53. So I don't know if you need to do a bridge on the networking or not. We could just set it up real fast, I'd imagine. His password is a simple I love Windows. Yeah, let's go. This is how I would set it up, though. Let's just download this image. I usually stick with the latest tag, unless it's like something specific. This is all the other things I'm rocking right now. We got Pi-hole in here. We have some other, don't Google these things. Or maybe you do. I just can't make a video about those things. Let's just say that. Yeah. All right. So then let's create, let's go ahead and run this guy. Set it up. We'll call it Titanium DNS server. And that's good. See, I probably would go. Can we do a bridge network here? Probably would bridge the network. We might be able to get away with just doing it local. Let's see. Nah, we have something else. We might be able to just... see, it wants something different there. This value already exists. Probably the Pi-hole. Do I have that set up already? Let's look at our containers. 1 second before we create that. Let's go containers. What do we have running? Oh, I was doing a reverse proxy Pi-hole setup for a video a while back. I don't think I really even used this. Because if you just use the Pi-hole, that's not sufficient. You need to do a reverse lookup as well. So I think I was using U-bound or unbound with Pi-hole. to set it up properly. Well, guys, I mean, there's just not much I can do with that. Let's stop this. I'm pretty sure I hadn't been updating or messing around with this for a while. Let's just delete it. What else do we have in here? Sorry. I'll reduce the white. How's that? There we go. Look, so much better. See, I care about you guys. What else do we have? Pie hole. Was this taking up 53, I bet you? Yeah. There's pie hole taking up 53. So I was actually binding this one in pie hole. So if I wanted to do that, I would probably shut down the pie hole and then push the titanium or technium or whatever it is instead of pie hole. So let's stop this guy. I haven't been using it. I kind of want to just try this new thing out. Pie hole's good. It's solid. Obviously, I've used it quite a bit in the past. Let's just delete it. I can't remember what I was doing. Oh, sorry, kids. I think I just wiped out your DNS server. Oh, well. Let's build you something new. So when they come up to me later and go, Dad, I'm getting a bunch of ads on my tablet. I'd be like, no, we'll take care of that. Or actually, it probably would just stop working because I think I hard-coded the DNS servers in there. All right, let's run this guy. Now we got that. We should be able to do a bridge. Now, you could do host. And I want to say that way you don't have to map anything. So let's just make sure this doesn't need translation. We'll go ahead and type that in twice. That's good. Volume settings. Let's see where it stores everything. So how I like to set these up. Let's go to Docker. So you got these. Let's see, where are we going? Recursion. I mean, not a bad idea, but let's see where the actual config of the container is stored at. I would probably go. So here's this volumes TNS /config is where it's stored at. So what I'll do is come back into here. Let's go add folder, go Docker. Oh man, I have quite a few. And there's what I like to do is create a new folder. This one's going to be called TS DNS server. Okie doke. Select. And then we're going to do a read write bind to config. All right, that looks about right. Next. Sweet. Done. And then it should build it and launch it. Let's see if it actually runs the container though. I don't know what the difference is between it and Pi-hole. We're about to find out. Let's go container, make sure. All right. Technetium. I don't know how the hell you say that thing. Is up and going. So there's two ports we passed. 53 is the DNS port. Sure. So 5380 was the other port. I imagine that's the management port. So we'll just type that in and do a :5380. So yeah, look at that. Perfect. All right, let's make us a new password, shall we? I don't know. Can we just do something secure like that? Perfect. All right. So then we have this in. And I think we can just push the DNS server to that. And then let's go browse the web, right? So this would be another way to block those ads. Looks very similar to Pi-hole. What's the DNS App Store? Oh, you can block lists using regex block lists. Supports creating groups based on an IP address or subnet. Oh, that's kind of cool. I wonder if we could regex like shorts. That'd be neat. So it has a bunch of apps as well, which I don't know. I don't think Pi-hole has that. Well, I would imagine that would be kind of something you'd want. Let's tweak around with one of the apps. AdGo Home is arguably better. Really? Is AdGuard Home open source? So you got AdGuard Home. All right, install it on your Linux distribution. Let's see. Do they have a Docker container? Okay, yeah, Docker. I was like, surely they do. Okay, so then you got AdGuard Home you could also use. So we could pull it. Oh, that looks nice. What do y'all think of that? AdGuard Home's also open source. Perfect. So this one has the titanium or whatever it was called. Oh, dude. Look. This one has 25,000 stars compared to the 4,000 of titanium. I think you're right, Phoenix, as usual. Phoenix from chat coming through. Schooling me. But I already have this installed, so, you know. Let's try it out at least, right? Prefer IPv6. Gross. All right, that looks good. Looks good. Let's see what this looks like. Blocking recursion. Web service. Neat. Logging. DHCP. Administration. Logs. All right, so let's give it a whirl, shall we? Okay, cool. Let's just go. Let's go ncpa.cpl. And we're gonna just change some stuff, shall we? Sorry about the eyes. Once again. All right, let's go 10. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, close the show. Shoot, whatever. Let's go status, details. So we're pulling that. That should be fine for a DNS server. We might need to flush the DNS just to make sure. What are we rocking? Oh, look at all that IPv6. Gross. Ooh, I don't, just to make sure we're using our DNS server. And I'm noticing we're grabbing IPv6 over here too. Unfortunate. All right. Yeah, we're on Windows. It's where I like to test all my shady things. It's where most people are. We're back all over in old Windows. Let's just go tweaks. Let's just get rid of those IPv6, right? So we'll go IPv6, run tweaks. Nice. All right, great. Gravy. We're going to go ipconfig, release, ipconfig, flush DNS, ipconfig, renew. IP config all. All right, now we are all on IPv4. We have a dedicated DNS server with no failover, so it forces everything through that DNS. Let's make sure we can ping old Google. Look at that. We got Google. We're using our DNS server. Let's pull it up. So now let's go msn.com. Perfect. Oh, darn it. Okay, it's still loaded. For a second, I thought it blocked everything on the page. And I was like, oh, perfect. We just got a search bar. Just how I like MSN. Nothing else. But sadly, that's not at all how that worked. Okay, well, let's come back into here. What are we getting? So one client, recursion, cached, no error. Do we have any ad blocks? So next up, let's test the disable of ad block. We're going to just go disable, no filtering. Still doing a pretty good job. Man, I didn't know MSNBC had cryptocurrencies up here. Wow. They just embraced it. Exclusive deals, cashback. That's there. Shopping. That's there. Let's try yahoo.com. I think we've disabled it, right? Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. Let's manage extension. Oh, actually, you know what? The easiest way to do this is just use Extensify, and we're just gonna disable ad block real fast. Let's reload. Surprisingly doing okay. There's just so much trash in the actual content that I can't see what's an ad and what's not. But that's just more of a skill issue. That looks like an ad to me. Provided by publishing. So this one's not the best. You got an ad here. You got an ad here. Daily horoscope, that might be an ad. Looks like it does count out a good chunk of ads. Probably like 70%, I'd say. Something like that. So let's try the other what was it? So let's get rid of this Technetium. I can't say the name. If I could say the name, I might keep it, but I can't. Let's just dump it real fast. We're gonna go action delete. Oh, let's just force stop. Sure, whatever. AdGuard Home. That's what we're using. Okay, let's try it. We're gonna get rid of that. Let's clean out some of these old images, right? What do we have downloaded anyways? Yeah, let's delete some of these old images. Get rid of old Piehole. This one. Now we're gonna try AdGuard Home. Per Phoenix's request. AdGuard Home. Oh, dude, look at that. That's got a lot of stars. That is popular. That's how you know something's good. When you get in Docker Hub and it has over 1,000 stars, you're on the right path. TrueNAS versus Synology. I like both. I really do. Like, TrueNAS's system's really cool. If you like to tinker and you want to set up your own, TrueNAS every day of the week. If you don't want to tinker and you just want to buy something off the shelf, Synology. I think there's the two types of people out there. If you want just something that comes in a box, you set it up, you plug it in, and it works, Synology. If you want to build out the best, biggest, most powerful system and you want to tinker and host a lot of things, TrueNAS. That's how I'd lump the two camps. What do you use your Synology for? Storage. Lots and lots of storage. If you look here, I got about 70 terabytes of storage, and I use about 40 terabytes. So quite a bit. Quite a bit. All right, we're going to go here. Holy shnikes. That is a lot of ports. Really, add guard home. Dang it. Okay. Dang. Well, that's going to be problematic. I got to look to see what ports I'm using. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how many ports. Well, the other thing is I got all these other containers rocking, and I'm like, I don't remember what containers were what. That is a lot of ports, though. Like, 67, 68's fine. 60 is probably okay. This one's definitely not going to be okay. Let's go 60, 80 for that one. 853 is probably not used. 543, I don't think that's used. That shouldn't be used. That's going to be used. So let's go 6443. 6443. 3000, I don't think's used. Although 3000, I might be forwarding to like a gaming system for like BattleNet or something. I think uses that. All right. Add guard home. Let's go ahead and create a folder for it. Let's go into Docker. Create folder. Add guard. Select. Should be just .config. If you don't map your config folder to something locally on your Docker container, when you stop and start or upgrade your container, it's going to wipe out your config. So that's why we do this. Yeah, for anybody wondering. And network, we'll just try and use the host, which I don't think will work because, well, let's give it a whirl. We'll see. I just have a feeling that's going to not work as host, but maybe it will. All right, containers coming up. You have anything in the log? All right. That looks like I guessed correctly. Sweet. Well, I'd imagine 6443 is probably the... Or what do we put? Let's go container. Add guard home. Oh, I already forgot my ports. Port settings. Okay, yeah. I'm sure I can guess it. Let's go. I probably should look up like a guide on how to do this, but we're just going to wing it. Let's try 6080. Well, that didn't work. Probably 443. Let's try HTTPS. Nope. Can you use this DNS to block ads? Yes. All these DNS things I've shown so far are definitely good for blocking ads. So we have for V3, kind of the whole purpose of this live stream is just kind of show everybody the different ways you can block ads, whether it's Twitch, YouTube, Google, MSN, Yahoo, all these other stuff. I mean, everyone should use ad block. Full stop. Like, that's just like a de facto standard. I think I've even said on Blue Sky, I was like, hey, you're a caveman if you don't use ad block. Use ad block. As someone that makes his money from ads on the internet, I get it. But at the same time, there's just too much malware out there, and I care more about my viewers than I do getting money from ads. So please use ad block. Whatever ad block you want to choose. If you want to use AdGuard Home, PF Blocker, Pi-hole, Techninium, or whatever it was, all of them are good. Like, they're all better than nothing. You know, you should use an ad block. everyone should use an ad block, because if you go to, like, just to give an example, let's go to paint.net, right? Oh no. I think I saw something. Get paint.net. So here's what it looks like with ad block. Oh no, this looks what it looks like without ad block. A bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of ads and just garbage all over the place here. That's not good. Like, this is not a good experience for the end user, and I don't want anybody to see this. You click here, Lord knows it's going to go download some kind of probably malware from gettemplates.net. What template are you installing on your computer? I don't know. You don't know. You think you're trying to download paint.net, but most users don't see the download button. They're like, oh, here we go. We're in the download section now. Oh, we'll click here. Oh, I'm going to install something from White Eagle, or, oh, that's actually a Google ad. Build with Gemini. GCP. Okay, well. Okay. Needless to say, I hate the modern web. I think this is just absolute garbage. But as someone that runs his own site, I even have ads on my stuff because it pays for the site. Here, I'll put on dark mode for you guys. So what I do is when you click into something, you might have a pop-up ad, but nothing is actually built into the article. So like if you downsize that, you might have some kind of thing pop up, but this is just like the basic AdSense. But I didn't want anything baked into my articles. The reason why I do this, it makes it much easier for AdBlock and anybody using AdBlock. It will easily strip this out, and it will never mess up the formatting of any of my articles too. So, man, it's just a necessary game we all have to play with the terrible, terrible state of the internet. I hate pop-up ads more than I hate sidebar ads. I get it. Both are super annoying. And I think I make, from my website, I think it's about $500 a month from those ads. So I get it. But at the same time, that's $500, man. And I'd much rather tell people, hey, just use an ad block and then have them there as an anchor ad or a pop-up. People will be able to tell, hey, that's not part of my website. Most people, at least. That's port 3000. Okay, thank you. Or 3001. Or secure. No. Well, I must have remapped that to somewhere, didn't I, huh? Where is the containers? Well, I did do host. Maybe that screwed things up. Let's see what we got for our port settings. Yeah, I think by doing host, that messed things up for me. All right, well, let's delete it. We'll try this again. 1 second. Yeah, I'll just do bridge and then forward those ports. I think that the only thing I don't know if it'll work is it may not work actually, because when you forward DNS queries, it might add a little too much latency. We'll see. We'll see. Well, let's give it an old college try here. Do you know if BitLocker key changes each time secure boot is enabled, disabled? you don't want to, if you have a BitLocker enabled and you disable secure boot and wipe out your keys, then you won't be able to log back into your system. Okay, we'll do bridge. And we did need to change this. And try 3080. That might already be taken. We'll see if that works. We're going to do a bridge this time instead of running on the host. Yeah, I tried 6080 and 6443, but it didn't work for me. So we're going to try this this method first. Let's see if the container starts up. Does look like it did. All right. I think we're gravy. It looks like 3000 is what it's saying, so let's try port not 300. 3000. Reload that. Nothing. It shouldn't. It depends on the BIOS, Matthew. Some BIOSes like to clear keys. Like if you disable secure boot, sometimes they'll clear the TPM keys. So you might regenerate them when you re-enable it. And if you regenerate those keys or they change at all, you're hosed. So obviously before touching any of these settings, back up those keys, practice that, make sure you actually can restore your encryption keys. Otherwise, you're going to get completely locked out of your system and you'll have to format and lose all your data, which is no fun. I have my keys written down. I always say test. Always test before you do anything. Okay. Yeah, 12.0. So it only binds to a local port. That's unfortunate. Well, this isn't going to work because this is localhost and 172.17.0.6. I don't think that's going to be valid. We could try it. I just don't think that's it. But we'll try. We'll try. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be reachable. And if we go HTTP, try not to use a secure port, we go 3000. Yeah, it's still not reachable. So AdGuard, what it's doing, we could probably change the configuration. And let's see, they probably have a YAML file or something we could change. Resolve D. If you try to run on a system with resolve daemon, okay, yeah, no, we're not doing that. I was using Unbound, that would use that as well, but there is a different Docker container here. Usually there's an environment variable to change the binds. 1 second. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this. Yeah, there's a comp file to enable it. So we pull it, create the directories. And they were doing, the volume binds might be a little bit off. So there's a work directory and then there's a conf directory. Well then, I wonder if we could just bind it to OPT AdGuard home. No, I think that's not going to work. So, all right, let's rebind this real fast. Stop it. I think. Where are you at? Where are you at, container? AdGuard home. There you are. Settings. All right. Here's our settings right now. So we'll need another one. Go AdGuard. Let's create a folder. We'll call one work. And then we'll also need, go back to AdGuard. And we'll add one for conf. All right, great. So we'll do the conf one first. This one we're going to get rid of. We're going to add another one. AdGuard work. Select. And then looking at the Docker container, we'll just grab the work right here. Toss that in. And then we'll also grab the .conf. Toss that in. Yeah, network should be host as well. I agree. I concur. I mean, technically this would work, but if you wanted to go in a workable environment, I thought I would just troubleshoot by doing a bridge. And since it's already created, I think, I mean, it's fine, I suppose. Let's see if it even builds this time. I want to see if it populates any files. Let's go AdGuard comp. Let's get a refresh. Yeah, we don't really have anything there, huh? All right, take it easy, Raz. Can you do a video on how to set this up? I have missed a lot of the nitty-gritty details. Yeah, probably due for a Synology video. Oh, so I did set it up right the first time outlawed. Oh, well. Pooh, all right. Well, let's stop this. We'll recreate. Third time's the charm. Do you do shorts blocking for consulting? Yeah, I don't do consulting. I don't do any, I never sell my time. Between my day job and YouTube, I just have no time. And time's your most valuable commodity. So I don't actually do any consulting. Maybe one day, if I ever didn't have a day job, I might, but that's not today and probably not tomorrow. What's the best way to host a website for free? Localhost? No. Gaming, I would probably just do Hugo server directly through Cloudflare Pages. The free version of that is insane. Like, you could rock 1,000 something views through that per month, or million. I think, that's how I do Age of Titus. This is all hosted for free. Hell, I'm using like Cloudflare workers to host like the Twitch stream over here. I have just a whole variety of different things. I use GitHub for the back end. So then whenever it's like doing a Python script, cull all my current games, anything I've won or lost in this game, and put it into a markdown file for me, all that's done for free. Like, I don't pay for any of this. It is amazing. GitHub Pages is also good. Netlify, if you don't plan on any traffic, is not bad. It's just if you do get traffic, Netlify is rough. Oh, the pricing on Netlify can get insane. Let's just delete it. We'll just recreate. Third time's the charm. Okay. So we got our image. Oh, that was the image. Jeez, Chris, come on, man. We'll get there eventually, one day. Yeah, Netlify is dangerous. Vercel has price capping now via firewall rules. That's good. Yeah, and you can always just run a LAMP stack too for hosting, like with Apache, or you can go Nginx. Those aren't bad. I think the barrier of entry is a little higher on those, and they're older tech. The cool thing about lamp stacks, though, is if it's not like a global distribution, I think a lamp stack on like just a free VPS would be fine too. Like a virtual private server. There's a lot of free tiers out there you can get in, toss up a website real fast. That's how I used to do it like 10 years ago, or actually probably 5 years ago. I think it was sometime around the 2020s when I really started transitioning completely to like Netlify or Cloudflare pages, because you get access to that whole CDN network and it's just so darn fast, and there's no footprint. You don't have to worry about hackers really. I mean, they technically could still hack you through like GitHub or maybe an API call through like a Cloudflare worker maybe, but it's much more difficult for them. Lamp stack or limp stack. Yeah. What do you think about the new YouTube Premium Lite with decreased ads? Oh, Lord. Drift, that's not a thing, is it? Oh, please tell me it's not, Drift. Oh. Yeah. Really? Sorta. Okay. Let's open that. Android Authority. Android Authority, like prohibited DNS. I didn't change the DNS on here. This is all... I don't think I did. Jeez, okay. Well, anyways, I don't know why I was messing with this. I'm going to just delete this for now. If I do a video on it, I might. What was the server client you had lots of trouble and you had to cancel because they didn't have a cancel button? The last service I think that didn't have a cancel button was Superhuman Email. I think they've added a cancel button though. I remember one of the directors contacted me. It was like, we're gonna add that in the future or something. So hopefully they've done that. That was the last one that was real egregious. And then I think gym memberships don't have really a cancel button either. So watch out for those. Can I not pull up this at all? Okay, so I guess it's just blocking YouTube altogether. Huh. Well, apparently something else I've installed somewhere. Yeah, I think so, Rux. I think I installed it properly the first time around, and I just didn't do the :300 in advance through to the insecure site. The page is on Google Chrome's a little different than what I'm used to. So, yeah. It's just one of those things. Isn't there a law in California make it illegal that you have to have an easy button to cancel? I think so. We'll see. We'll see if that actually comes to fruition and people actually follow the law, though. Oh, it's a site issue. Okay, so Android Authority just got like hacked or something. Oh, good to know. Yeah, I think forcing HTTPS should be mandatory these days. Like, there should not be a HTTP anymore. I really think everything should be secured. I don't see a point in that. Yeah, AdGuard Home, looking at just the popularity of it, I think Phoenix is right. AdGuard Home would be the one to probably install and host. I'll probably mess with it a little bit more offline, see what I can get going on it. But I think AdGuard Home would be a great one. I think you're gonna have to deal with Manifest v3. I know we talked a little bit about that at the beginning of the stream, and it's not that bad. Honestly, I think you'll be fine. You could go with a custom DNS server, which you should, because you got your mobile phone and other devices on your network you need to be concerned about. And just securing down your users so they don't do stupid things is always a good idea. So I'm just saying, just use that. I think you'll be good. The other thing is AdBlock Lite is still pretty darn good. Like the uBlock Origin Lite was solid, and I think that's been great. I dropped AdGuard for Pi-hole and Unbound. Yeah, that's also a good one. Tom, that's what I actually was rocking here. We uninstalled it to bounce around on stream a little bit, but Pi-hole and Unbound's also a very good option. Or if you want to block it directly on the gateway, which is my preferred method, is not to use anything on any of the clients, is just to use it and block it directly from the gateway. And you can do that with PFSense with PF Blocker NG. That's a fantastic setup. If you're interested in like big videos explaining that, look up Tom Lawrence. Guys knows his stuff, especially has just so many PFSense videos over it. I think the one I've made on it was, God, 3 or 4 years old now. But I know Tom keeps up with PFSense pretty well, and he's a really good dude. So check out Tom Lawrence if you're really interested in like a PFSense blocker. That's a fantastic and probably the most... I would say that's probably going to be the fastest, most performant ad block out there. And like some people will use like OpenDNS and other DNS hosted DNS solutions. I kind of steer people away from that. I think it's better than nothing, but they're not very performant and they tend to slow down your network, which I don't particularly like. So the dev for uBlock Origin created an amazing tool for browsers. They did. uBlock Origin Lite and uBlock Origin has always been my go-to. I haven't recommended any other ad blocker ever. So yeah. You could also double up on these. You could also triple up on these. So like, let's say you really hate ads. You could have your laptop with your uBlock Origin on it, your uBlock Origin Lite, running v3. Then you have your DNS server set up, which is AdGuard Home. And then you could do PFSense, which I think PFSense there might be an AdGuard Home plugin for PFSense. So, I mean, you could do all of these. It's really, the sky is the limit. And there's a lot of different ways to cut down your ads. The big thing here is the takeaway from this whole stream that I want people to walk away from is just block ads, man. There's just a ton of ways to do it. There's just a ton of ways, and you absolutely should. That's the big takeaway here. You know? Take it easy, Dan. Yeah, and you know, just know there's the easy way, there's a hard way, but and honestly, you can do all the ways. It just depends on you and what you want to deal with. And personally, I do a mix of all of them. Just don't use services that serve ads. You're on Twitch or YouTube, or you got your Gmail. You got... It's 2024. You're gonna use services with ads. It's like the thing. There's no avoiding ads, man. There's just not. You got to figure out a way to block the ads. Everyone uses all of them as ads. It's just the world we live in. Do you get paid for your ads to be a feature on your website? Yes, I get about $500 a month for my ads on my website. That's just straight up AdSense. So yes. And a lot of web providers, that's why almost every website looks like garbage. It's mainly from that. I try to at least section them off so I never do any in-article ads because I feel like that's real deceptive. They're hard to see. So most of mine are all either anchor ads or vignette ads, and those are very easy to differentiate from my content. That's why I allow those ads, because still $500 is still a hell of a lot of money to be making every month for nothing. Yeah. So I mean, that's the gist of it, in my opinion. But I mean, from a YouTuber perspective, that's how I make most of my money, is from AdSense. So my incentive to make YouTube videos comes from ads. So whenever you do watch them, yeah, I get paid. It's like a fraction of a penny, but when you get like millions of views, it definitely adds up. The ads will always win. They will evolve, adapt, change, circumvent the blocks, and are relentless. That's true. I think that there will always be some ads that make it through, but we can at least cut down on 90+% of those ads. Most of the ads we can get rid of, and that's all I'm trying to achieve. I don't need to block every single ad from my life. I just want to block most of them. Yeah, and Twitch embeds their ads in the stream itself, so it's very hard to block. I don't think you can. And I think YouTube talked about rolling the ads directly into the streams and embedding them on the fly. So the ads will always evolve. There will be ways that most can be blocked, but there will always be the elusive ad that does make its way in. Why is every website ad now? From 10 years ago, companies made money without ads with their website, and the ad is a slippery slope. So if you really want to know the inner workings of why websites are such shite now compared to what they used to be, it's because Google AdSense stopped paying money and people were gaming the system. So most of the sites out there, I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to get any demand letters sent to me, which I have had happen. I've had big conglomerates send me legal letters saying they're going to sue me if I name names. So just imagine the biggest tech websites out there in the world, and why they look the way they do is simply for the fact that they get paid to put ads everywhere. And the more ads they put in there, the more money they make. The more they screw over their user base, the more money they make. The incentive is just that. So the more trust they basically break or use up in their audience. I mean, most of these sites don't have any user base anymore. Nobody, I think, checks really tech articles from checks their daily feed of stuff. But I think it's been pretty thoroughly ruined. But yes, that's what's happened. It's just slowly devolved into what it is today. And the reason why it got worse, I think, is because there's been a lot of bad actors in the space too that just simply wanted more money, so they just put ads everywhere and drove down the AdSense dollars. So then the legitimate sites, there's been many good, journalists, I'd say tech journalists, that stopped making content because there was no reason to. Like, once upon a time, you go back 10 years, tech journalists could just run their own blog and make a full-time living writing articles. That used to be a profession. It's not really a profession anymore. It just stopped becoming that because of the state of the web and how much the AdSense dollars just like garbage. Like, you have to have millions upon millions of views to get any kind of money from it. Like, I think, well, here, let's just pull it up. I don't care if you guys want to know this stuff. Here. So here's christitus.com. This is my site. And oh God, we need to get, where's my ad block? Where's my ad block? Oh gosh, there we go. All right. Get that going again. 1 second. Dang, Chris Titus guy. Just greedy with his ads. Anyway, so we enable uBlock Origin because we don't want ads. And the funny part here, I might point out, look, you saw how many ads were on the screen? Look at this. 4. It's blocking 4 ads. So I do 4 ads to make $400 or $500. So I could put ads everywhere in here and make a lot more money. So that's a point. But let's pull up yahoo.com. All right. So for 20, just on the main page, and as we scroll, look at that number. 92? Is that it? No, there we go. 160, 164, 166, 170, 200, 220, 230. I mean, look at that. It's like you're hitting the jackpot at the casino. As you scroll, look at them ads. That's how much it's blocking. That's the state of the internet. That's just crazy. And look, I'm not even touching it. It's just going wild. It's like you hit the slot machine. So when you go to oldchristitus.com, I'm at 21. That seems a little excessive. Okay, we're at 4. Depends on if there's a vignette ad too. So if you click into here, yeah, so there would have been a pop-up ad or something because it's block 15. But you'll notice, trying to get as many as I can on my website. There must have been a little border from AdSense. But to give you an idea of a little bit of a cleaner website. And then, heck, let's see how much views this website gets. I think we're at like 1 million or something. This is going to require my Cloudflare, which that one's I'm a little more protective of actually showing a sign in on. Because it is Cloudflare after all. So that one I do like to hide. But it should give you an idea with my analytics. Okay, 1 second. I got to defeat the CAPTCHA. Okay. Okay. 1 second. 2-factor. Gotta love 2-factor. Okay, we're in. Now I just gotta get to my analytics. And I will pull up and get rid of my screen. 1 second. Analytics. Traffic. Nope. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We'll go past 7 days. All right. And I'm going to hide this. Nope. Dang it. I just was about to do it. And then I was like, wait a second. All right. Well, whatever. That should be good. Now we'll collapse our sidebar. And just making sure there's no identifying marks on this screen. And there is not. So right here, in the past 7 days, I've had 3.4 million requests. I've used roughly 281 gigabytes of bandwidth. I've had 1.26 million visits and over 1.37 million page views. This is my breakdown of the last 7 days. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of traffic. And I make roughly $500. But let's pull up AdSense too, so you don't have to take my word for it. All right, one more login here. I don't really log into this stuff very often. Let me see if I can find it. Yes, there it is. And well, I don't see anything too bad here. This is AdSense. This is what you get with a website. So for those that are really interested, that is the exact metrics, how much money is made from a website. More traffic, more views, then you get that. I'm using the Pro plan because I do utilize a couple of Cloudflare features. So I think it's, I want to say $20 a month. Why is your private key on page? Was there a private key on page? Oh, Lord. See, I told you I'd dox myself. Dang. Ah, really? Did it do that? Ah, God. All right. See, this is why I never log into Cloudflare. Cloudflare is like the worst. They expose your email. They expose API keys. It's just everywhere on there. And now I got to go through and scrub this damn VOD. All right. Well, having said that, that was the last you'll get to view my Cloudflare, because now I got to go reset my API keys. Oh, you joked. oh, chat was hidden on the stream. Oops. All right. Well, anyways, guys, that's fun. I thought I would expose my API key yet again. I wouldn't put it past me. It wouldn't be the first time. Yeah. Yes, again. Yeah, were you guys not here for when I was showing I think it was the Python script for the Hugo website, the last stream? I had an API key exposed in that one. So when I was looking back over, I'm like, yeah. Oops. So I had to go back in and reissue it. And funny thing about Google API keys, they actually remain active for like 24 hours. So it's not like an immediate... I think you can immediately reject them, but usually when you just regenerate them, they actually stay active for another 24 hours. Yeah. It's okay. It's all in good fun. We're here all to learn. What is more annoying, ads on a website or AI-made website articles? AI-generated website articles by a mile. Ads are very evident they're ads. Articles they anger me more because I get on the website, I start reading it, and then I'm like, this is all wrong. Who wrote this? And then I start reading a little more, and then I'm like, Jippity. Old Jippity strikes again. And I think probably more than 90% of all articles you read on the internet now are all GPT, man. It's just how it is. Yeah. At least you're not sewing SSH keys. Yeah. For real. Did you get a spike in viewership after your 24H2 video? Yeah, the recall for sure. That was a big... Well, I've also made a lot more videos in the past month, so that's always been a big one. Dead internet theory? I think, yeah. I don't know if that's a theory anymore. I think the internet is dying. I think it's just fact now. I think it's just dead internet fact, not theory. More than 50% is probably all just bots, equating with bots. I think the weird thing too that I noticed. Oh, did you post something, Woods? 1 second. Let me pull it up. What did I miss here, Woods? Let's go messages. Chris, can you add an ASUS bloatware to the WinUtil, like Igni service, input local, feature service? Yeah. Yeah, I think, did you create an issue on WinUtil? We can track that down, I'm sure. Oh, okay, yeah. I'd create an issue and just say, hey, there's a bunch of ASUS bloatware services and feature request, remove ASUS bloatware services. And then we could just add them to the list. Sweet. Yeah, just track them down and just go services.msc and give us the short and long names, and that helps us tremendously. Yeah, I think the thing I worry most about with like the whole AI generated stuff is more of the AI generated videos doing to YouTubers what it did to bloggers. Like bloggers, I think have pretty much, they're gone. Like independent written text journalism's pretty much dead. And it was killed by a lot of, I think the final nail in the coffin was the AI generated stuff. I think a couple years ago when that really became a thing, everyone just started doing it. Yeah, killed by SEO hell too. Yeah, there's just so many. It was a death of 1,000 cuts, really. The recall situation is all caused by File Explorer referencing app runtime.cbs as a dependency. Somehow, not doing that fails pre-registration. Yeah, we talked about that, Coding Wonders. I don't know if we'll ever get to the bottom of why recall or why File Explorer started referencing that. How can we distinguish ourselves, the ones who don't want to use ChatGPT, for writing our blogs? I've tried to do it. I've tried to do it myself. I think you make good content, concise. Don't add a bunch of fluff. Just get the information that people need to know right out. Don't try to pad it with a bunch of words, and then just make a body of work. And if you can, get in front of a video and then also put a video form of it out. If you can do both the written and the visual, you're going to get exposed to a lot more people. Titus, when will WinUtil add dark mode to regedit? Ooh, gonna have to do that soon. So we now have ad blockers, tracking blockers, clickbait blockers, spam blockers, and we need to get AI blockers. God willing, yes, I think that's accurate. Because they're trying to turn it into opt-out into mandatory. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but the pendulum swings. I still have hope. I know this every stream I like to end on more of a positive note. And yeah, I know this all sounds bad, but there's always new things that come from it. And the thing that I look at today where we didn't have 10 years ago is the programming sphere has really evolved to a spot I think is much more welcoming to new programmers, and you can make so much more today than you ever could have 10 years ago. So yeah, you can't really copy what people did 10 years ago and today and make it successful. I think it's much harder. But at the same token, you can also do way more today than you ever could have 10 years ago. So if there's a positive spin I'd like to take on all this is there's a lot of tools out there now, and it's really just boils down to your creativity. And the thing I caution people against the most is just don't get wrapped up so much in like the politics and the everyday feed and the social media stuff. And you know, people like me sitting here going, Manifest v3 is the devil. You know, at the end of the day, it's just something to be, you know, go, okay, that's how that is. I get it. And then just go on with your merry way and then do your thing, you know, make something yourself. Just know there is always, and I can't emphasize this much, there is always a way to fix the problem you have. There's always a workaround. There's always a way to get the experience you want. I've never run into a problem that couldn't be solved. So that's where I'm going to end today's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the exploration of Manifest v3. I'm not so worried about it. It's really, I think, a lot more hype than it is from when actually looking at it. So, all right, y'all, have a great one. And then on Thursday, we do need to approach, I know I keep saying we're going to get to those programming projects, but I will get to them. I swear. All right, y'all. Peace.